So because my father and my mother, they are entrepreneurs, I wanted always to be an entrepreneur. I told my father, what do I do now? And he told me, Danny, go to America and do an MBA. You need to learn the American way to do business. I went to England to improve my English and I applied to Babson, and Babson gave me a scholarship. So I came to America, and during my MBA, it was kind of difficult to find an excellent olive oil from a trusted source and at a fair price. When you have a product that the product speaks by itself, when they taste it, when the customers taste it, they realize that the difference is so huge. People say, wow, Danny, this is amazing. I have never tasted this kind of olive oil in America. In America, they think that everything is possible. People say, Danny, you have to do it. We need the good olive oil. We need the good stuff in America. We have it is because of people like you. I am making a huge effort, financial risk. I want you to have the best olive oil from a local farm of Spain.
Hello, everyone. I am so honored today with me to have my dear friend Daniel with me here. I first spoke to Daniel, I believe, a year ago, a little over a year ago. He seemed very tired. He seemed very stressed out about something, and I wondered what the reason could be. And then eventually I found out that he has a huge responsibility that he decided to take it upon himself to build something, to build Titin, one of the best premium Spanish extra virgin olive oil brand that you can find. And as you all know, building a consumer brand is difficult in itself, but building something that is premium, that stands out amongst a very, very crowded marketplace, specifically the virgin olive oil category, which I think every big food company in the world is a part of. And to do something, to set about building a brand, and that too because of one of the reasons being that he wants to take forward his family's legacy. He is building Titin as a homage to his great great grandmother, I believe, whose recipe or whose vision is the one that he's building upon. What he's doing is pretty amazing. It is very risky to say the least, just like any other founder's journey is. But he's decided to dedicate his the prime of his life to building this. So I'm so glad to have you, Dan. And one of the reasons that I do have a special affinity towards you and the brand is because you're also a Babson alumni. Go Beavers. Thank you so much for taking the time, Daniel.
Thank you very much to you, Akil. It's a pleasure
Yeah.
to be here with you.
Yeah. So I see your LinkedIn posts, and I think you say almost the same things in those posts as well, where you're tired, you're exhausted, you're going through the motion of any founder would when you are building an amazing brand like you are. So why, first of all, did you decide to set about this venture? I know you have had a few ventures in the past and still do. You could have easily, after a Babson graduation, got any job anywhere in any company that you wish, but you still decided to dedicate your working life to this. Just, I would love to know what the reason behind that is.
Okay, well, to answer that question, I think it will be good to say something about my background first. I studied business and law in Spain. I am from Madrid, and I did an LLM in Madrid, and I worked for years as a finance lawyer at DLA Piper. It's a US legal firm. I didn't like it, to be honest. It was kind of boring. It was every day the same thing. So because my father and my mother, they are entrepreneurs, I wanted always to be an entrepreneur. So I decided to change my career, and I changed to the consulting, to an innovation consulting company. And after 6 months, this was fast. I also decided that that wasn't my path, that I wanted to make companies.
Mhm.
So I helped my brother to develop these two ventures that you say before.
Mhm.
It's music companies in Spain.
Mhm.
And when the companies were okay, I told my father, what do I do now? Because I had my brother, I made for him the companies and I enjoy it. And he told me, Danny, go to America and do an MBA because you need to learn the American way to do business.
Mhm.
So I prepared my GMAT. I went to England to improve my English. I went to the north of England to a village that it's called Huddersfield.
Mhm.
And I spent there 3 months alone, only speaking English.
Wow.
And I applied to Babson, and Babson gave me a scholarship. And because of that, I am so grateful with Babson. And why I applied to Babson? Because Babson is the best in entrepreneur, as you know. No? So I came to America, and during my MBA, it was kind of difficult to find an excellent olive oil from a trusted source and at a fair price, you know.
Mhm.
And I thought I saw a brand that is doing excellent in America. I'm not going to say the name, but everybody knows it. And I saw that in 3 years, this brand was invoicing $60 million per year, you know.
Wow.
And I
Mhm.
was like, my God, what is this? And where this olive oil comes from? And can I do better than them or not? So during the second year of the MBA, I started to have conversations with my family, with my business partners, who is the farmer who
Mm.
manage our land, our groves in Spain, and also has the factory and all the things. Um, and we developed the idea to design a new squeeze bottle with a different color. It's purple because the Picual olive,
Mhm.
Picual variety, um, it's purple when you should harvest it. So everything started to take form, to take shape in the second year of the MBA. No? When I finished the second year of the MBA, because I work in a legal desk and in a consulting company, I knew that jobs were not my path, you know. Um, so I decided to be an entrepreneur, and it was like next to me. It was in front of my eyes. It was something that from my great grandmother Matilde, whose nickname is Titin, and then my grandmother, and then my mother. That both the three of them are Matilde, are Titins, no? Their nickname has that was olive oil. So I thought, okay, I can bring the best olive oil to the United States from a trusted source and at a fair price. And why at a fair price? Because we control all the supply chain.
Mm.
And why we control all the supply chain? Because we partner with the farmer who manage our groves, his groves, the factory, etc. It's very important always to partner with the origin in order to have the vertical integration, you know.
Mhm.
So and that's it. I took the decision. We took the risk. We started to develop the companies in Spain, the holding one; in America, the subsidiary. We developed the packaging, as I mentioned before. We developed the varieties that we want to import, that are three right now. It's Picual, Arbosana, and Frantoio. The varieties of olive oil,
Mhm.
basically of olives who produce the olive oil. and and well, after 1 year developing all these, also the FDA papers for the factory, my FDA papers, all the logistics, the shipments, you know, because it's a big boat with containers, and
Yep.
from Spain to Boston, to the warehouse.
Mm.
Also, I had to find the warehouse. Also, I had to find the distributors. Also, I had to find the retailers. I had to develop the website. Had to develop Amazon with you. It was a lot of things to do before launching, you know, a lot of work for only
Mhm.
one person. And
Yes.
we launched in May 2025.
Nice. And this is a very technical question. You have obviously done a lot of research into the extra virgin olive oil space. What makes a good olive oil brand or a good olive oil product? What is it that differentiates a good olive oil product from a not so good one?
That's an excellent question, and I
Mhm.
tried to give it easy to Americans. You know, in my label, in Titin label, you see first of all that is extra virgin olive oil. This is very important. That means that is 100% extra virgin olive oil.
Mm.
Another thing is the Picual, the variety. Sorry, if say, for example, in my case, it's single variety. It's Picual variety. It's Picual variety. It's not blended. You know.
Mm.
Um,
So Picual is the
so
best possible
well,
harvest you
Picual
can use?
for me is variety. Picual is the most famous variety in Spain. Spain
Mm.
produces 52% of the olive oil in the world.
Mhm.
So basically, Picual is one of the highest olive oil varieties in the world. No? For me, it's my favorite because it has a lot of taste, and also it's extremely healthy. It has a lot of
Mm.
polyphenols, the antioxidants that are
Mhm.
very good for your body. So the Picual is our star, is the star of Spain also. So I say Picual, but you can see also in my labels Frantoio, that it's a variety that comes from Tuscany and we grow in the south of Spain, or Arbosana, it's a variety which grows in Catalonia in the north of Spain, and we grow also in Jaén in the south of Spain. No? So it has to be extra virgin olive oil. If it's single origin, better. In my case, it's Jaén. If it's single variety, better. It could be Picual, it could be Arbosana, it could be whatever you want,
Mm-hmm.
but single variety. And the harvest dates are extremely important. For me, it's one of the most important thing because the sooner the better
Mm-hmm.
in terms of health standards and taste. So we have two product lines. One is early harvest, that is harvested in October. This one is only for finishing. You will feel a huge flavor in your mouth, and it's very smooth in the end of your throat. It has also the highest polyphenols. And the other one is from November. The November one is the first month of the regular harvest. And we all import October and November because, well,
Mm-hmm.
October I explained. In November, you can use it for everything. I call it universal. You can use it for cooking and for dressing because it's as good as taste for tasting that you can use it also for dressing. It has also maybe a mild flavor in your mouth, but a pepper kick in the end of your throat, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And normally olive oil companies blend. They don't say, they say harvest, for example, 24, 25, and they blend November with February, November with January. If I give you olive oil from January, raw, I I will kill your throat. It's impossible for you to have it raw, basically. You will start coughing a lot, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So companies do that because they want to have a neutral taste. If you put very good November one with a very good taste notes, bad olive oil from January, it has a neutral taste. So you can have it raw, but it will never taste as good as a really craft olive oil, you know? So, and this is like the normal one, the most important things. But if you want to go one step ahead, okay, that's the thing that we also are offering. Single vendor, okay, because a lot of companies say single origin, but they purchase from 200 different vendors, okay, 200 different lots.
Mm-hmm.
So single origin, but it's not single origin, okay. So we are also single origin, single factory, okay, and
Single vendor.
specific grows. So with that, we have full traceability of the product, and this is a thing that in olive oil is extremely important. Has knowing the origin of the product, no, the trusted source of the product. Of course, I'm putting my face also in the brand, so people, because when you purchase, I don't know, a cheese or a wine, and you know who is the founder behind, the person behind, you see, okay, this guy is putting his honor, no, in the brand, so it's another way to give trust to people. And I say to everybody, if you want to come to Spain, to the groves, to the factory, to the house of my great grandmother, you are more than welcome. Because this is not marketing, this is real, basically.
I'm going to take you up on that. I'm definitely going to make a trip to Spain to see because I'm fascinated. Because one thing that I like when I speak to founders like you are that you are really, really passionate about this. You know every little nuance that a normal person may not know. Like a normal person won't know the harvesting time is important. They won't know how important it is to get from a single vendor. They don't know the different varieties or different harvests that are available from for a normal customer's perspective. But only when you speak to someone who is in this industry, who's putting themselves and putting their heart and soul out there. So it's fascinating to see the passion that goes behind even a simple product like extra virgin olive oil, and it's just amazing to see. Having said that, you know all this thing because you're passionate about it. You're in the industry and you know it. Have you faced any challenges, or in your mind when you speak to customers like normal people who buy the product, have you seen any challenges in conveying the message of the harvest time, the trust, the single vendor, and the health benefits behind it? Like, do you have any challenges there, or do you feel that the customers already know a lot of these things already?
Well, if I feel challenged, the answer is no. When I do demos, I explain
Mm.
the story of the brand. I explain these qualities of Titin
Yep.
Olive Oil, and when you have a product that the product speak by itself, when they taste it, when the customer taste it, they realize that the difference is so huge
Mm,
that they say that 9 out of 10 people say, "Wow, Danny, this is amazing. I have never tasted this kind of olive oil in America, no?
mm,
In the United States." So really, it's very easy to sell it. I'm not going to lie. It's like it's easy to sell it because the
mm.
product is an excellent product, and we are only focusing on quality. So in that case, maybe the only challenge for saying that word maybe it's to to be omnipresent, okay, to be everywhere,
Yep.
to say to everybody, please try my olive oil because I am making a huge effort and financial risk and all my work time doing this for you.
Hmm.
I want you to have the best olive oil from a local farm of Spain,
Hmm.
like if you were there. That's it. That's my biggest challenge. How can I explain this to everybody as fast as possible to reach the break-even point, to keep alive the company. Basically, this is
Yep.
my biggest challenge. But for selling, no. I think that American people uh, now are far more well educated regarding culinary aspects. Okay,
Mm,
and they realize that the olive oil is the healthiest oil in the world, basically,
mm,
and they want to purchase olive oil. They want to change from seed oils. You can see all the regulation that is changing right now in America, how people are cares about the health. They do a lot of sports. They care about the origin, the natural products. Uh, so I think it's the perfect moment to have a healthy product in America, basically.
Well said. I mean, I think the thing that I like the most that you said is that the product speaks for itself. Once you try it, that's it. You don't need to explain anything more on top of that. That I think just shows how amazing products would typically succeed. It's just a matter of time of reaching that communication or getting that message to as many people as possible. That is a challenge with any great product that we have as well. Moving slightly towards your background in Babson, you obviously said that the reason you and even I joined Babson is just because it's the best school in the world for entrepreneurship. It is very highly ranked. They give a lot of experience, a lot of training in the different aspects of building and growing a business. Has that been the case with you? Has your experience in Babson helped you in your journey with Titin so far?
Well, I think the answer is of course, no. Um, I came from Europe. Europe is the old world, you know.
Mm,
I study business and law in Spain, and the education in Europe is totally different from the American education. It's very theoretical,
mm,
not practical. Okay,
mm,
so you have to study a lot and memorize a lot of things, and spend maybe hours in front of a paper to memorize it, and then in the exam
mm,
you
mm.
have to do like a writing
Right on.
exam with a big question, and you need to have it here. So in America, it's different. American education is super practical. They love to do presentations. They love to do business cases. They love to they they want you to understand better than memorize.
Mhm,
And well, this was my first shock. Another shock is that it was amazing to have in the same room 20
mhm,
nationalities, 30 nationalities. In
mhm.
Spain, I have one nationality. It was Spain. That's it. So
Mm,
that was amazing to see other points of view, because when you have other points of view, you have information about problems in all parts of the world, and
mhm,
maybe a solution in your country will be the solution will be a business idea for another country.
mm.
Um, also, I think that in America they think that everything is possible. I'm going to give you an example. In Spain, when I say I want to make an olive oil brand in the States, all the people told me, "You are crazy, Danny. What are you doing? You are crazy. Come on, don't do that. Olive oil, poof, it's a commodity. Ooh, don't do that. You're going to have a lot of problems." Here in America, people say, "Danny, you have to do it. We need the good olive oil. We need the good stuff in America. And if we have it, it's because of people like you." So it's a different mindset, no? And well, in terms of academics, they help me to understand the importance of the cash flows. The cash flows is super important to keep the company alive. How to I studied this in Spain also, but well, it was also good to do a refresh, about the margins. And well, and I did my business analytics. I did a STEM in business analytics and machine learning. That it's something super new right now. So, of course, I am not a coding guy, and I won't learn to code because it will take me years. But I understand it, and because of that, I can lead a team of people to automatize our CRM platform in the backend of TITIN Olive Oil, because we have a CRM that is in HubSpot. I also saw one of your posts in LinkedIn about HubSpot, and I feel I understand your post, and it's very important to have like a platform when you can have all the information of your customers and send automatic emails to get new leads, because in the end you want to show your product to everybody, and this business analytics and machine learning and STEM help me to understand the importance of data. It's like an abstract concept that you need to understand, and Babson helped me to understand that. Of course, all the networking in Babson is amazing. I didn't find my warehouse if it wasn't for a Babson alumni network event in Boston that I met someone who sold his company, a food service distribution company, to some guys here in Boston, and he introduced me to them, and now they are my food service distributor, and also they have the warehouse for me. They give me some space. So yes, Babson not only helped me to make this company, but also helped me to find my path in life, find my way. Because of them, I'm here, also because of me, all the hard work, but
A little
well,
bit.
they are,
And
they are part of the journey.
and one thing that you mentioned was, being an immigrant entrepreneur. Even I came to the country, it was a big culture shock for me. And you're right, where the education system is very, very different, especially higher education is very different in different countries. Even in India, it's very conservative. People don't want to take a lot of risks, especially when you're young and when you're prime. People want to have a secure future for them and the family. And when someone wants to start something, they don't get a lot of support from their own system or their own community. But in the US, if you say you want to start something, one, it is very normal, and second, people are willing to help you as well, as long as you are in their network and as long as you are genuine and you're hardworking and you want to contribute. And I think that makes it pretty amazing space to build something like this. And I'm very glad that both of us have been on the receiving end of this environment where we can build what we are passionate about. So that you said that pretty well. And finally, I don't want to take a lot of your time. I know you're pretty busy building an amazing brand. I wanted to know what your experience has been working specifically in e-commerce, because a food brand on e-commerce is hard, because food, unless you taste it, it's very hard to convince people to buy your product. What has been your experience there, and also what has been your experience working with Zena and me specifically? I would love to know like an honest feedback of what you felt.
Well, e-commerce is not easy for CPG brands. I agree with you. We are not viral, so nobody nobody knows us. That's really the reality.
So far.
So far, yes. It's a pity because we have the best olive oil, but it is what it is. And when you spend meta ads, when you spend money in ads, you sell. You sell. Uh, but it's a lot of investment in the end. So you need to think, okay, it will be worth it to spend $1,000 in ads instead of $1,000 maybe in a trade show that you will find maybe 100 restaurants and you will
Mhm.
close 20 of them. So at the beginning, we have spent more money in e-commerce. And then when the months pass, I decided to stop that investment and just do organic videos and maybe invest some specific days, specific videos that they work, you know.
Mhm.
So e-commerce is not easy. It's a must. You need to be there, but it's
Mhm.
not easy. Regarding Amazon and Shena, well, uh, first of all, working with you for me was a pleasure because I don't have to think about make an Amazon page and all these things of Amazon. I know a lot of people who had huge problems at the beginning because they sent one pallet to Amazon FBA and it was a disaster. They took a lot of money from them, etc. So with you, I have been guiding, you know, like first do this, start with this, we're going to invest in this. When it works, we have to do the reviews. When it works, we go to the FBA, start with 20 bottles. Then if it works, go to the alfalfa pallet. So we're doing all the style, you know, without raising money, step by step, investing a little. Also, when I told you like Akil, I have to stop investing in ads because I don't have the money yet. You were always super open-minded with us and super with a lot of flexibility, and I appreciate a lot that, you know,
Mhm.
more than when I am starting, basically.
Mhm.
So overall, I'm very happy working with Shena, and I love their name of Shena because of the character of the TV show. And
Mhm.
and overall in e-commerce, well, my conclusion is like
Mhm.
it's extremely expensive if you are not viral. If you are viral, it's done. It's done.
Mhm.
That's it.
From speaking from someone who has worked with over 60 brands, I've worked with a lot of food products. I work with Nestle, for example. I work with a lot of amazing brands that have done amazing things. One thing that I like about one of the reasons that I've been quite flexible and I'm very um, positive about you and Titin is one is because of you. You are a Babson grad, and I've spoken to you, and I feel very strongly that you're the kind of founder who would build an amazing brand. So one, you, and second reason is the product itself, because a lot of the products that people launch is either a copycat or a low cost version of whatever is already existing, or just a pure branding exercise that happens. But in your case, you have a superior product, probably the best extra virgin olive oil there is. You have a product that people buy repeatedly. People buy it again and again after consuming it, so that shows it's a great product. And third, you are also, even though you are competing in a space which is very crowded, you have so many different kinds of brands in this space. You From the data that I've seen, at least on Amazon, and the research that I've done, the potential for a brand for like Titin to grow is so big. And the difficult part is that a brand like yours, it will not grow linearly. It will initially, there'll be a little up and down, and then suddenly it will pick up. And I just want to make sure that we hit that pickup spot sooner rather than later. It's just a matter of time. It could be tomorrow, it could be next month, it could be next year. But I'm confident, from what I've seen so far, from what I've seen the data, and from what I've seen from you, that point would come pretty fast. And obviously, like you have said, you have risked a lot financially, family wise, and I know you have a 10-month-old daughter. Your wife is with you in Boston as well. I realize the pressure that comes when you have people depending on you, when you have a lot more responsibility than you were when you were just a student, where you can go anywhere. I know that pressure is always there, and despite all that, you're so confident that you are continuing to build something. I think that is probably the best thing that anyone can do.
Thank you very much, Aguil. I think that you have explained it better than me. So
Oh no, I've just
good
seen a
job.
lot more. I know you're in the middle of it. Just one question. You mentioned the brand that is that has come earlier, and also extra virgin olive oil brand that we will not name, but everyone knows about. Do they also use single vendor, single sourced olive oil too?
Well, I don't know because I don't know their supply chain, so
So
I
it's no,
cannot.
it's probably no, because if they did, then they will definitely say it out loud. Probably, no?
I cannot talk about it. The only thing that I know is like when you sell a product that is high quality, you have a cap. You cannot, you cannot, you cannot produce to 300 million people, you know. So
It's just
that's the only thing that's the only thing that I can say about Titin. Titin has a limited quantity, and when
Mhm.
we reach that quantity, we reach that quantity. You know, we will take
Mhm.
care from the next harvest to increase the quantity, but the quality is limited always. If not, it's a mass-produced product.
Nice. Well, I'm glad that you've chosen or you've trusted me and Zena to be a small part of your journey. But looking into the future, you've explained whatever has happened so far. What plans do you have in the year
Mm.
2026 and 2027? What do you have in mind? What are you working on?
So my plans for 2026, 2027, my dream and my goal in 2026 is to sell one container per month to food service. That's my goal in order to reach break even.
Hmm.
Regarding retailer, I know that it's going to be slower than I thought at the beginning. I need to do a lot of demos to do brand awareness. And that's also my second goal, to do
Hmm.
one demo per week during the year and grow it slowly, you know, with no rush. Um, in e-commerce, I'm doing videos of my life every day, or like a couple, two, 3 videos per week, basically. And I hope that one day I will be viral and people will know more about the brand, organic way, all the style. This is for 2026. For 2027, I would love to focus on retail. When I reach the food service break-even point to cover my fixed cost in Boston, I can spend more time
Hmm.
doing more demos and try to boost the retail part. I'm sure that, as you mentioned before, there will be one day that this will be exponential. You know, when you are in a lot of restaurants and a lot of stores, and people start to know about the brand and they taste the product and they say, "Oh, this product is amazing! Really, you have to buy it." So that day, I hope that will reach 2027. And in the future, my plans are coming is coming back to Spain, grow my children there,
Mm.
and come to America 1 week per month. You know,
Hmm.
to keep the relationships with everybody, to distributors. That's my goal. You know, in the end, I I I want to have more children, and this country is very expensive. Akil, it's very
Very much,
expensive
very expensive.
for children. You know, so
Yeah, yeah.
this is summary of my 3 goals.
Well, I hope you get there sooner rather than later. Um, and I'm sure you will. It's just a matter of time. And thank you so much for taking the time, Daniel. It was a pleasure speaking with you. And I hope we'll speak in 2027 to see where things have become.
Maybe in 1 year I am bankrupt, or we reach the peak point.
One of the
So
two. Either
this
ways, it'll be
is.
a great story.
I hope the second one.
Yeah. Thanks, Danny.
Thanks to you, Akil.